incarceration. What's one of the most painful things you ever had to go through?
Incarceration. You know what I'm saying? Like, incarceration is a very vicious, cruel punishment.
How many years altogether did you spend incarcerated in Texas prisons?
19.
Crazy.
I had 10 ag when I was 17. This is another thing about Texas, and I always tell about Texas. In Texas, if you really about that life, if you really out there since you was a kid, if you blah, 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 then you go to prison as a teenager. Like, most of them, they trying to send you to prison when you...
As soon as possible.
Yeah, so they can try to rob you of your 20s. You know what I mean? So they want you when you at your most vicious, and they want to put you around people that stay most vicious and just see who come out of it. You know what I mean? But I got the 10 ag when I was 18. I got out when I was 25. I stayed out for 2.5 years, and then from trapping, busting niggas in the ass, doing all of this shit, I ended up getting 40 years, but I didn't just get 40, I got 20, 10, and 10 stacked. So that means you gotta do one, make parole on, do another, make another, and I ended up doing 12 on that, so 12 plus the 7, that's the 19. So that's saying that puts an emphasis on the time, like, oh, you did these many years, and that's the way everybody explains, like, how long you was gone? 8 years. Damn, man, you was gone, whatever. But the reality of it is something that takes a little bit longer to articulate, but I'm telling you for a fact that incarceration is one of the most horrific, horrible things that you can experience, and that's why you get why they use it, why they use time. Time is a bad motherfucker when you think about it. Not just the time of, oh, I gotta go and all of this and all that. I'm saying time as a concept, is a fucking wondrous thing. I'll give you an example of what I mean. It's very important to keep this shit in mind. A life sentence, right? I got a lot of homies, life sentences. There's things that people can do that you will say, they need to give him life. Right? And, what'd he do? He shot that little girl in the head on a drive-by, right? 25. I don't give a damn if he was 35, He came through shooting, he got into it with it. Well, if he's however old he is, 20 years from now, he not gonna be like that, right? So let's just say that he's 30. 25 years from now, he gonna be 55.
Right, it's crazy.
25 more years, he gonna be what?
He gonna be what, 80? 70 something?
Damn, your math is fucked up like that.
You said from 55 to 25 more, you gonna be 80?
Yeah, 80. Right. I'm just fucking with you. Okay. He 80 years old, right?
Yeah.
He ain't never going home, right? See, I know what that shit look like.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers don't have no idea what that look like. Hey, motherfuckers in the penitentiary wearing diapers. Motherfuckers in the penitentiary getting pushed to push the child in a motherfucking wheelchair. Motherfuckers ain't no good to know. They killing you down there. They killing you. They wanted for you to, well, you better not tell them. At that point, nobody don't give a damn about you. You get sick, they trying to put something. Well, yeah, just take you to hospice and bury your ass in the back there. Like it get vicious, and that's the end part of it. But during the process of you being, 40 and 50 and 30 and 28 and all of that shit. You 28, you been here since you was 18 type shit. It's niggas that ain't never had no pussy before. It's niggas that only fucked one girl one time in high school, and he ain't gonna never go home again. He ain't never gonna get no pussy no more unless, it's fucked up to a point to where you start to realize that this shit is really like, in Texas especially, they keep you past the rehabilitation part of the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It gets to the punishment part. Yeah, man, that motherfucking being in that situation to where you start to understand that, man, it's a slow realization. That's why it's time, related. The slow realization that, oh, they don't want to help me for real. Oh, they hate me. They hate me.
Yeah.
They want everybody that looks like me. They don't have no love for us.
Yeah.
You get to a point. It's not a fast realization because when you doing what you're doing, I'm thugging. I don't give a fuck. I'm blah blah blah. You just living. You don't know that while you living, there is a body, a fucking system, understanding that's like a fucking ceiling.
A big ass net waiting for you.
Yeah, and
real.
that it is when you find yourself in its grasp, which if you got a certain zip code, you're going to find yourself in this. And when you find yourself in it, it is going to show you what it thinks about you and what it think about your mama, what it thinks about all of the situation of you being from 300 block, from South Park, from goddamn me Reed Road, wherever you from. It's gonna show you what we really think about that shit, and it's gonna be so slow. That's why that's how they get you like that, man. If I tell you finna get some time, you'll be fucked up about that. If I say, yeah, man, I'm finna give you 15A, and you say, damn, how much? Okay, I gotta do 7.5 before I come up. And you like, the person that hasn't had an experience with that, 7.5 years, what the fuck?
Yeah.
A person that knows about prison knows that they telling you you got to do 7.5 on that 15, but in reality you're gonna do 10 on it. So you crying about the 7 part, you're gonna do a decade, right? This is something that we already know you're gonna do a decade. So along with that realization is everything that happens inside of that. Your family bonds is gonna be torn apart. Like, you're not gonna, man, your favorite uncle that bought you, a Nintendo and went to your games and all that, man, he not gonna be fucking with you like that. He not gonna be goddamn me, always that writing you every week and coming to see you every week. That's your favorite uncle, nigga. Nobody really gonna be doing that for you. You fixing in your kids, if you have any, bro, they don't know you. Like, they really don't know you, because especially in the points where they growing up, that's the formative phase. They don't have no memory of you. You ain't. So when you if you are blessed to get out, because you're not guaranteed to get out, that's something everybody need to remember. You're not guaranteed to make it out of prison. You're not guaranteed to make it out of prison. Motherfucker need to have that in their mind. You could very easily die in prison from one of a lot of ways. Texas TDCJ kills people.
Facts.
Yeah, TDCJ kills people, hides them, and don't tell their family about that shit till fucking years later, nigga. Or maybe not at all. You line to go, man, where Uncle such and such at? Man, he ain't wrote in yet. Man, and you'll start asking questions of, damn, Uncle such and such. He might not even be showing up on the TDC offender log. You going online, man, Uncle JoJo been dead for goddamn 6 years. Well, they been and killed him. You don't have no clue about this shit. Correct. You see what I'm saying? So, but what I was about to say about the kids part is that, when you try to get out, or when you do, if you're lucky enough to make it home, if you're blessed enough to make it home, and you're trying to formulate a bond with your children or your child or whatever, and the difficulty of that, the difficulty of trying to do that shit is like, bro, that shit is, you start to realize that this amount of time that you've been gone, and the trauma that is placed on your seed or whatever, that shit is finna keep on going. And it's like, oh, this how we in this fucked up cycle. We in a cycle of fucking incarceration, drug use, poverty, and it's like so difficult to escape that shit. And if you personally wake up, you just one person that woke up, it still become, cause you don't woke up, so now you going and you doing what you doing, but now it's tugging at your heartstrings.
When you finally realize that shit hurt, don't it?
Hell yeah, it hurt. But then, as a person that's gone through that, and many of us, and of course, that's the community that I'm in, and that I fuck with people like this. You always carry the pain of it. It never goes nowhere. You always in pain. You never are really happy again, ever in life. And it's the small things that we appreciate to where like it's something that makes life worth living. Appreciating your where you at, but still the viciousness of what you become in a fucking zoo with animals. You already